Let's get it. I closed my eyes as I felt the drops of blood trickle down my back. Another day. Another beating. Most days I didn't regret whatever I did to deserve it. But today I wanted to laugh. The Arbiter had played and replayed all the news surrounding the incident. Went on and on about how irresponsible I had been, how it was unnecessary attention, how I was jeopardizing everything. I didn't give a single fuck. He could tell. And so the lashings continued. He used my favorite, cat o' nine tails. This wasn't any single whip. It was a bound leather handle from which 9 individual corded leather strands hung. Anyone could buy a version of this from a kink shop, but the Arbiter customized his. Each tail had knotted tips. I considered myself lucky. The ones we used against our enemies had small, dense objects like filed-down fishing weights or pellets of lead woven into the ends. Grandfather was being merciful today. But even in the worst of circumstances, I wouldn't regret it. I hung in a T-pose in the middle of a torture room in the mansion dungeon, with my arms tied to my sides and my body suspended. I let my head hang, a sign often interpreted as weakness, but I employed it to hide my defiance. Arbiter kept talking on and on about who knows what. I didn't care. I thought of Ruma. The moment her gut-wrenching scream came through the speaker replayed in the back of my mind. I never wanted to experience her scream like that. "Answer me, boy," the Arbiter yelled, bringing my attention back to the sore heat of 9 lashings licking my skin and tearing it. I suppressed a groan. He wouldn't get that from me. Ever. "What do you want me to say?" I tried to say coolly, nearly cringing at the involuntary strain in my voice. "It's done." And I would do it again, I wanted to say. But if I did, it would draw attention to Ruma. They couldn't have her. They wouldn't. I'd make sure of that. Another lashing. I thought of her face. Another. Those almond eyes filled with tears. Nobody would do that to her. Nobody would touch her. Not if I had anything to say about it. Another. She had trusted me then. For a few wonderful minutes, she had melted into my arms, allowing me to hold her. Her hair smelled like vanilla. Her skin was so soft and warm. A lash hit my face, waking me from my daydream. I looked up, amusingly surprised as I felt my left cheek drip red. "We're doing face mutilation now? I don't think that's good for business, Alistair." The Arbiter hated when I used his first name. The lashing stopped. He had broken a rule. I was the face of the Enterprise. It didn't prevent me from getting punishments, but the instructions were clear. Anywhere but the face. After all, we weren't violent brutes. We were sophisticated businessmen. The guards posted at the door stiffened. The Arbiter, hiding behind his mask, offered us a low chuckle. "I'm sure he'll find it in himself to forgive me," Alistair remarked, walking around me like a hungry beast. Tortures were his favorite. "He's quite furious, you know," he taunted, referring to my grandfather. I laughed, a release that made my gashes bleed. "Since when have you known him to be the forgiving type?" I asked, offering him a crazed smile as I stared into his eyes through his Arbiter mask. His identity had always been hidden. He'd hurt so many people. And so, there was fear. There was always fear behind the mask. The lashings lasted until dawn. but not once did he strike my face again.